Hi, this is Cyclone's Boundary, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar. We already got some people asking some questions. That's good. We got some things to go through for today's show. But first of all, it's the card of the day from our Universe Has Your Back deck. The card says, I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Right? Always something that I talk about here a lot. What you focus on is pretty much what you will get. Especially if you do the action on top of the law of attraction. Okay, and that's pretty much what the card's been talking about. Okay, so there's the artwork, very nice. And of course, the back of the card is like every other card we have in that deck. So let's get into the first thing. Doge or TFuel. Now, somebody's asking the question, I think from last show, which will do better in the short term or long term, whatever. So if you had to choose between one or the other, I just picked both. So I believe I have both. Which would do the best? So let's have a look as people are rolling in. Interesting questions. Okay, let's do Doge, 3 cards, and TFuel, 3 cards. What will be the best outcome overall? I think it's going to be going to the Doge overall if you're looking for price, because some of the things that are going to be happening with Doge in the next couple of years is going to be really making it a very good asset. Especially where Elon Musk is involved. He's going to be putting it into the Twitter system. So it's kind of going to become quite a payment system. Though TFuel being part of the Theta TV system is also good. But I think not many people know about it, one. And its usefulness, it's not quite there yet. Not like the Theta coin itself, but I think Doge will reach more and more people as we go along. And especially if it's part of Twitter, it'll probably explode in the next couple of years. So if you're looking for, if you had to choose, I would go with the Doge overall. Okay. Thank you for that question. Now, people are asking, is Bitcoin gonna crash or is it gonna go up? And today, I think Ron Powell is on the podium again, pounding away and giving his speech. If you don't know who he is, that's the guy from the Federal Reserve. Every time he gets on that podium, the price of everything goes down because of many of the wonderful things that he says. So it went down a tiny bit today, but then it spiked back up to 31,000 Canadian, by the way. So let's have a quick look at the BTC cycle. I think I was watching Crypto Zombie. He does all that chart stuff and all that, and we're in a wedge right now. So when you're in that wedge, it'll look like that, and everything's bouncing between those. And when it gets to the end of the wedge, okay, it usually goes up or down from that point on, right? So is it going to go up? Or is it going to go down? People say the 14th is going to go down. And I know people are hoping that it goes down quite a bit so they can get more money. and more Ethereum as well. So, but let's have a look. People are too tied to the things that do not work for them. And a lot of people are going to be trying to bet against the Bitcoin, so shorting it. So I don't think right now it would be the best time to short it. It has everything going on worldwide. You have to remember, it's just not Bitcoin doing its thing. It's the entire planet going through a whole lot of weirdness. Okay? Bitcoin's going to respond to that, to the positive. That's what I'm pretty much picking up. And I think people are going to be a little sad that it didn't go down. Okay? Because they want to get some more, that sort of thing. Me and the wife got some on the weekend. Put a little bit more money into that once it was down a little bit, and we're probably going to be doing a little bit every time it dips a little bit. We try to buy some. So the rule for buying any cryptocurrency basically is buy as it sits, buy as it dips, and pretty good rule to go by, especially if you're doing it monthly or whatever, or you have a cycle. But I don't think it's going to be going down in a huge way on the 14th. It might go down a tiny bit, but I don't think it's going to be going down in flames, as everybody was pointing out. I think it's just going to be going down a tiny bit on that 14th. Okay. So hopefully that helps out everybody. I know you want to buy more, but so do I. And somebody was asking the question about Vechain. Wow, lots of non-crypto questions here. Good. Crypto is exciting, but it's not the only thing on the planet, right? So let's have a look at Vechain. How's it gonna do? And I think they were looking for a couple bucks if it's going to be going up in a certain period of time. I am seeing that it's going to be sitting at a certain level for quite some time as they're working on things behind the scenes for the remainder of this year. So it's going to follow along with the Bitcoin price because everything is in Bitcoins. But it's going to be bouncing around along with the rest of the market. I don't think not till the end of the year will it really start to take on a life of its own. Okay, because there are a lot of cards indicating that there's some things being worked on behind the scenes and for its functionality. Okay, and I think they're going to be achieving many of those things. Lots of news going to be coming out about these new things that are going to be put into the Vechain by the end of the year. And that's going to get the interest back into the cryptocurrency. Unfortunately, many of these cryptocurrencies don't have a lot of advertising, or people forget about them, or people don't talk about them for lengthy periods of time, and they kind of slump off into unknown space where you got Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are talked about continuously. But I think when they do these improvements to the chain, I think a lot of people are going to be talking about it, and there's going to be renewed interest in that particular cryptocurrency by the end of the year. So that means the price is going to be going up around 2024. Okay, so hopefully that answers those questions. Now, the topic of today's video, crossroads. And I was just watching a Jordan Peterson video that he's going to be doing a alternative to the World Economic Forum. Interesting. Hopefully, many of you know who Jordan Peterson is. He's a Canadian psychiatrist who's in a little bit of hot water with the Canadian government because he keeps telling the truth. And Jordan Peterson does seminars, and he fills like stadiums and stuff like that. So he's well known if you don't know who he is. So he's starting to set up a alternative to the World Economic Forum, which we all know are a bunch of no good people, right? So Jordan Peterson's going to be bringing out the opposite to that. So I wanted to do a reading on Jordan Peterson and his new organization, which I don't know the name of yet. I don't know if you said it. Maybe somebody knows what it is and could tell us in the chat. So let's do the new organization first. Okay. How will it succeed? Or will it succeed? Okay. Now, the health of this particular situation, I think it's going to be bringing the health is going to be not bad. I think all the work is done behind the scenes for getting it set up and implemented. Now it just has to find the right people to put into place for those positions within the new organization. And by the end of its, let's say the new year, it's actually going to be doing very, very well. Jordan Peterson bringing to light what the World Economic Forum is, because a lot of people listen to Jordan Peterson, regular folks too. That will rip World Economic Forum's wide open to the majority of people. You have to remember, many people don't know who the World Economic Forum are. But if you have somebody like Jordan Peterson talking about that and shining a light upon that, like everybody's going to know. Okay. Or quite a few people are going to be knowing the evils of the World Economic Forum. And I think this is going to be turning everything around by the end of the year. People are not even going to be listening to the World Economic Forum. And I do see a lot of people leaving the World Economic Forum for Jordan Peterson's new group. Okay, that's actually in the cards. They're going to actually have quite a bit of funding to do all the things that they need, and they're going to actually have ways of helping promote the new organization going forward. And it's all part of the world, the universe. Okay. It's something that, yeah, Bob Chap, he needs to be re-educated. that's what Bob Chap was saying. We'll get into that in a minute. But his new organization I'm picking up is going to be ripping a hole through the World Economic Forum, and I think it's going to be falling apart at the seams. To cut down the tree of evil, you also have to expose the roots. And Jordan Peterson could be one of those figures that exposes those roots to just about everybody. That and Joe Rogan doing a very good job overall. So, yeah, you got to expose those roots and cut down that tree of evil, or it's going to grow back. And this is part of universe dealing with that. Okay, so this is going to be the year of change, especially with Jordan Peterson doing something like that. Okay, so that his organization is going to be doing very, very well, and they're going to be exposing many of the lies of the World Economic Forum and their Nazi regime. So, getting into the change, what kind of change are we going to be expecting in the next year? Hopefully better. Maybe more balloons. Here's what, 4 new balloons that they spotted. Whole lot of fun. Not good for Joe. So, anyways, the changes are going to be coming within the next 2 to 3 years are going to be paramount. And this is where we're going to have the great awakening of everybody. And of course, to awaken everybody, you have to have people like Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, and many other people that are on YouTube and other social medias talking about the situation. The more light you bring upon the evil, the more people can figure things out, okay, and start to go the other way and start to make those changes that are necessary to bring our world into a new light, okay, a golden age. So we got to go through a lot of this nonsense that we're going through. Just about every day there's something new that's exposed about the World Economic Forum and their politicians that follow that stupidity. It's continuous. It's kind of like what Cliff High was talking about in a video about a year ago. He said there's going to be so much information coming out, it's going to be incredibly difficult for the mainstream media to keep it covered, to keep covering for it. So it's going to come out like a full-on hose to everybody. So to cover up those stories will be impossible because there's so many of them coming out and so many fires that they would have to put out that even if you're the dullest person in the world who's living under a rock, will start to see the truth. And it's not going to sit well with many of the people that are out there, okay, because they've been lied to, and they're going to figure that out and changing them around. So if you have anybody like that around you, maybe, and they're not so bad, right? Maybe treat them with some kid gloves for the next little while, because they're going to have to go through that transition in the next little while, going from complete believer in the government to where we're at in 60 seconds. So it's going to be a little bit rough for everybody, and that's pretty much in the cards that I'm saying. And a lot of the confusion about many of the people that are in power will no longer be. People are going to see things for what they are in the next little while. And by the end of it, we got that good old death card. Doesn't mean the death of anything. It can mean an abrupt change in the situation. So in the 3 to 4 years from now, 3 to 5 years from now, there's going to be an abrupt change in everything. So hopefully you got your seatbelt on, because the car's going to stop abruptly and turn the other way. So, and hopefully you can help out those people that are still wearing the mask and stuff. And when they realize, try to help them out a little bit. Okay. So hopefully that answers all those questions of what's coming up. What else we got? Ooh, homework for everybody. The big envelope. Okay. There we go. Now on Sunday show, we got the I was going to say World Economic Forum, the remote viewing show where everybody tries to use their abilities to see what the target number has inside the envelope. So that's going to be this Sunday show. If you're not aware of remote viewing at all, we go through a little bit. So for your homework, take a nice clean sheet of paper or whatever you're going to be writing on or typing or whatever, and put down the number over here. That's your target number. Okay, this is how the remote viewers do it. The basics, anyways. And you're going to be describing the target as best as you can. What colors are there about the target? What smells? What textures? Describe the sounds. Okay. Is it loud? Is it soft? What's the size? Is it small? Is it big? Is it natural or is it man-made? So go through all the things that would describe the target. Okay. If you come up with, it's a pencil, a rubber pencil, right? That would be known as an analytical overlay, and you would put AOL on the bottom of your sheet. Okay. And you say pencil, a rubber pencil. And of course, then you would try to wipe that from your mind. It could be true or exact, but then you would keep on describing the target as best as you can using your abilities and not stressing about it, being comfortable, relaxed, have your favorite beverage on hand, and going through that. Okay, the process. Okay, so that'll be this Sunday. Okay, I guess we're into the chat today. Turon, will Litecoin drop to $50 American or below in coming months, or it won't stop and reach $300? It may go down on the 14th, like everything else is supposed to. Okay, I don't think it's going to go down to that $50 American. Maybe. Let's have a look. Litecoin is a good coin. It's one of our favorites here on the show. Pop shot's already started. We got to wait till Sunday. He says large, man-made. Maybe. Make sure you put that on that clean piece of paper. Okay, Litecoin. What's it gonna do? The health of it is going to be a little bit shaky in the next little while. I think it's going to be flittering around. We have to remember it's getting close. It's 160 days till it's happening in the next little while. So usually in that time period, things go a little wonky. And after the happening, the price jumps up. So it's probably going to go to about $500 again, and maybe a little beyond that. And then after a little while, it'll drop down to $250, $300 in that range. Okay, it's the normal behavior of after happening. The price, of course, is pretty much what I said without looking. And there's going to be a lot of celebrations and moving forward with the Litecoin price. I don't think it's going to quite get down to that $50 mark. Shucks. But I think it's going to get down a little bit so we can pick up some extra Litecoin before the happening at a good price. I think the people that are involved in it are going to be a little perturbed for whatever reason as we get up to the 160 whatever days to the happening, and then it's full charge. Okay, you got that Knight of Swords, very swift, very out there, racing to the next target number. So I don't think it's going to be actually getting to that $50. Probably, well, $500 Canadian. So that could be like $300 American, somewhere in there. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Will I go to Vegas this year? Okay. Which reminds me of what day is it? The 16th?
The 18th.
18th. We're on holidays that day, so we will have a horoscope. I'm gonna pre-record a horoscope show. We're going to a little place by Brandon, which is like 2 hours from here, and the bus is going to be at around 8ish, and then we go from here and 2 hours out to Brandon. There's a little casino out there that has a bus tour. So we're going to pre-record the horoscope, and I'm thinking of doing a remote, what do they call it? A remote live show at the casino, if there's a good place to sit. Okay, so just remind me later on, and we'll go through that again. We got about 2 weeks until that happens, so I won't leave you high and dry. I'll give you something. Okay, not to worry. You're going to be coming into a situation where it's there and you're working on it, but for some reason you're going to have to preserve your money for the next little while. And you might have to plan a trip later in the next year. There's going to be a situation where you may not have the finances, or something goes wrong. We're going to have to keep those coins close to you. Okay. So it could be a situation that you cannot tame. Okay. But you're working on it. Okay. But for some reason, something comes up, and kind of like a while before you do the booking, and something that's going to be very important that you're going to have to take care of. So you're going to have to look for a later time. So not this year, probably in the next year, early in the next year. Okay. And I do see a cruise around you. So there's that opportunity as well. Going on a Love Boat or something. Actually, me and the wife are watching an episode of Love Boat. Whew, the times have changed since then. But yeah, we get to sing the song, and have some fun with that. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Can I get a burning bush reading for getting my crypto goals in February? Well, I'm not Moses, or who's the guy with the burning bush? Not Noah. Moses, yeah. But we can burn paper.
Burn the candle.
We can burn the candle. Don't burn the paper. Very important. Okay. So we'll take on Bob Jobs' question, put that energy into the piece of paper. And it's to do with crypto goals in February. Okay. There's the flame reading for everybody to look at. And this is to do with crypto goals in February. which is right now, right? The information that you're hoping for, because we got a bird landing, it's already landed. So all the information that you require to do many of the things that you want to do with your cryptos is here. Now it's just up to you to follow them through. Okay, you have all the means, you have everything that you need. It's just getting down to work. Okay, and not worry so much about the outcome so much. Okay, sometimes when we focus too much on the outcome, we can stop it from happening. Okay, because we keep asking the universe that same question over and over and over again. You only have to put the order in once, and the universe will take care of the rest. I'm picking up about like 4 or 5 cryptos that you're looking at. 3 of the 5 are going to be really doing very well. 2, they'll do okay, but not as best as the other 3. And for some reason, you're going to have to do a peace offering with somebody. I'm not sure. There's our rose here. So I got the impression that you might have to do a peace offering with somebody to make amends about maybe some bet you made on something. A little bit of arguments. So just be careful. That could be where the rose comes in, because of some argument that may be propping up. So you might have to offer a rose. Okay. And I think you got all the right things. I think you're going to get most of the goals, but not all of them. Okay. I'll pull it up. Anyone have any? Just looking here. Oh, sorry. So, no, nobody doing any. There's some face up here that it's like a ghostly image. Somebody guiding you. I think it could be a guide helping you out with many of the things that that you're going through right now. It could be a doctor of philosophy that's helping you out. I got the word Ken. Okay, his name could be Ken. So maybe you have another medium or psychic check that out for you. Okay, so what else we got today? Will XRP get to $5 by June 2023? No. First thing off the top of my head is no. It will get there in time. I am thinking that I've made that prediction a long time ago that yes, it will get to that $5 mark. But not for some time. There's a whole lot of things that have to happen before that actually happens. It'll probably be pretty close after 2023 when it's going to get into that range for it to hit that. Okay. But there's a whole lot of other things that have to work themselves out politically, mostly. Okay. And people going the other way of where we've been going. Okay. So expect that coming up very, very soon. So I don't think $5 in 2023, unfortunately. Okay. Thank you for that. Hi, Andre. Do you feel I'll ever achieve the best version of myself? Well, what's the best version of yourself? That's a very, very vague. And there's no, depending on how you see yourself already, you may already be the best version of yourself already. Okay. There's always time for improvement. So you'll never ever be the best person that you can be. All you can be is better than you were previously. And that's usually trial and error, education, and new thoughts on things. I'm always changing my thoughts on certain things the more that I learn about things. Okay, so that changes you. Remember, cardinal rule: you can't control other people. The only person that you can control is you, right? And if you keep changing yourself in better and better ways, it's going to be inadvertently affecting all the people that are around you. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of an open target or a open question. We're always improving. You can come back and forth between the realms and hundreds of times and still be working on one thing. Okay. So hopefully that helps you out. Will Sweden and Finland join NATO? It's weird, but I don't think they will. And it's because Turkey doesn't want it to happen. So it's going to keep getting voted out. And it's very interesting for all of us conspiracy minded people that after that Turkey said no, not that long ago, for Sweden and Finland to join, they have an earthquake. Interesting, right? So let's just do a pendulum here. It's going more towards the no. I think what's going to be happening that NATO is going to be dissolved in the next little while. I think NATO itself is pretty much at the end of its line. All the things that they're doing at the moment are, that's the nicest way of saying it. They're afraid of Russia. That's basically why they were created in the first place. And they know they cannot win this fight against Russia. Even now, if they brought all the armies together, they still couldn't defeat it because they don't have a leg to stand on. Okay. They're too way behind, and everything is actually collapsing with the NATO nations. Chinese balloons. Nobody did any. There's like 4 or 5 of them now, and they don't have the ability to take care of those things. Interesting. Okay. So it's not that the paperwork's not in the process, but I think by the time they go through the process, NATO will no longer exist in the next 2 to 3 years. Okay. So hopefully that answers your question. Some say $8 US Doge by 2024, 2025. What did the card say? That'd be great. I'd be a multi-millionaire if that happened. I'd be a millionaire. Which is funny because I got them. Somebody gave me like $14 one day just for a test. And at that time, Doge was like 0.000000005. Elon does a tweet or something, and now it's like $140. So, anyways. And I think I still get a little bit of Dogecoin here and there from our fans here. It'd be 20, 25, $4 to $5. I don't think it's going to get to that $8 mark in any time soon in that time period, but I do see about $4, $5, which would be amazing. Okay, in of itself. But it'd be closer to 2025 because of Elon Musk putting it on the Twitter. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Hi, Andre. The house that I am renting has been sold. Should I start looking for somewhere else to stay, or will it work out? Well, if you're solely based on wishful thinking, no. You should always do the law of action. It's good to have a roof over your head, especially when it's raining or 40 below outside, like was here the other day. Yeah, start looking.
Depends how good they're at manifesting.
If they're not manifesting?
It depends how good they are at manifesting.
But there's still action that you still have to take. Yeah.
I mean, if they want to live there.
Well, if you want to live there, then you'd have to do something, like tell somebody. That's actual action.
Okay.
So you still have to do. You just can't stare at people blankly. Hope they'll read your mind or something. You still have to take some type of action. It doesn't have to be a hard action to achieve something. That's the other thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a hard action to achieve things. You just have to get the ball rolling, right? Yeah, I would start, instead of just staring at people, maybe talking to them, see where we can get some place to live, maybe looking around. Okay, just don't leave it to chance. Yeah, get the word out there, do the action, do the law of attraction, and it'll start to work for you. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. What months will the big crash stop for the UK then occur? Well, you're crashing now.
Big crash.
Bigger crash? You want a bigger one? Okay. How big do you want it? The financial system in the UK is horrid. You want a bigger one? I'm picking up June. There's going to be something that's going to be going on, but I think something's going to be coming along to help you guys out, because you're putting that law of attraction to work and putting light around everything, I hope, to get things moving, getting those people around you working, getting that cryptocurrencies. Don't rely on your government for anything. Heavens to God. Start to do things for yourself and start to make a parallel economy outside of the government and banking. Okay, keeping tabs of what everybody can do and for trade and stuff, because it's not gonna get better for at least another year or so. Okay, when will it stop? Okay, that'd be a good question. Yeah, about a year or two from now. So get into the position where you don't really need the old banking system. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. It's not going to be pretty. And then it's going to come here in the United States and just get more Bitcoin. Will Don Lemon continue working at CNN? That's the black gentleman, I think. They put him on the late night show or something where nobody can see him. Okay. It's saying no. He's not going to be working there. And yes, he will be terminated. I'm also picking up, will CNN be terminated as well? Because they're not in good shape themselves. Yeah, I do see that CNN may not be a thing anymore. Okay, so they'll probably be bought up by some other organization, but as it stands right now, CNN's on its last legs. So Don Lemon may be getting out of it before it burns to the ground. But I do see some other organization coming along and scooping it up nice and cheap. Maybe even Elon Musk can get in there and get himself a news channel. Something like that. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. Will BTC go down below 15,000 USD? I hope so. That'd be nice. No luck. Keep saying no. Can't pick up any cheap Bitcoin. Darn it. So if it will happen, it'll be in the 2025, 2024 in that. Usually after the halvening in a couple months, it'll go up, and then come down. But it probably never ever get to 15,000 quite. It'll be the old high will be the new low. So Canadian prices, that's about $80,000-$90,000, which was the old high. That'll be the new low. So whatever that is in American. Okay, that's usually the way it goes. Hopefully that helps you out. Do you see Cardano or Ethereum taking over the top spot in their markets in the future? That's been quoted quite a few times. I don't think Cardano has it. Ethereum possibly, but you have to remember Ethereum and Bitcoin are two different animals. It won't be anytime soon, even though Ethereum is the most used of all the cryptocurrencies, like motion action on its blockchain. But I don't think it'll ever actually overcome Bitcoin. Okay, for many, many years. Okay, so hopefully that answers that question. Hello, Andre. Yvonne, would you ask the universe via the cards what the hell is going on with my affairs? You having affairs? Okay.
I think that's kind of affairs he means.
Oh, different kind of affairs. Okay. And it's plural, so you have a couple ladies on the side. I don't know. Okay. There's going to be a moment in time where you're going to have to be really reserved with many of the things that you're putting out there. Okay. Partially, it's the energies that you're throwing out there are kind of contradictory to the things that you want. Maybe you're thinking too much on the things that you do not want. Right. I've said this many times, and not focusing on the things that you do want. And it's going to be, and sometimes people will think of both at the same time. I don't want this, but I want this. And now you're just confusing, and the universe is going to give you both at the same time. Okay. And depending on how much you think of the negative stuff, it's going to give you that more. Usually, it's that person a couple shows ago that's saying why they had bad luck all the time. Same sort of thing. But I'm thinking that it's something, the energy that you're putting out there. You can tame this by controlling the energies that you put out there. Once you change and have a clear vision of exactly what you want, okay, then everything will straighten itself out in the universe. Oh, that's what you want. Okay. It'll just give you that. But it's I think time to pare down the negative thinking and go more into the positive thinking and taking action within that realm. Okay. And I think everything will straighten itself out. Okay. And if it's other people that are doing weirdness around you, I'm picking up that you don't need necessarily have to be involved with that. Weirdness happens around me all the time, right? At work and stuff. Doesn't mean I have to personally get involved. I can put them off to the side and they can fight it out themselves. Doesn't mean I have to get involved with that particular situation. And once it's resolved and I'm actually necessary for something within that realm, then I'll go in. Okay. So maybe some lessons there for you back. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Andre. A general question. How valuable are the unvaccinated blood donors going to become? Very. There's some parts of the world that won't take vaccinated blood at all. And a lot of vaccinated people are going to be going bye-bye, unfortunately. In the next, a lot of that's going on right now. So their blood is not going to be in the system anymore. I think it's going to be prime. If you want to look, you're going to be prime if you're not vaccinated for your blood. They may be chasing you around with a needle or something and bagging. So it's going to get to that situation where we will be necessary to help out a lot of other people. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. I'll move my eyebrows around. Hello, will I get a job anytime soon? Well, you can get a job if you're not too picky. You can get a job right now. If you have something certain in mind, it might take a little longer. You can always wash dishes. That's a job. But I'm picking up that it's something that you actually want to do. If it's washing dishes, cool. But well, if you're putting the actions in and you got the law of attraction working for you, it's going to be very, very soon. Okay. We got the partnership card. Yay. If you're doing the actions, and it's going to be a lot of little victories along the way. Okay. So you may get some of the things that you're looking for. It's like my wife. She got kind of what she wanted in her job, and a lot of things she doesn't want. So that's
But
part of
things
the
are better now, though.
things are better now. She doesn't grumble at me all day about work. But I think that's normal. And it will be very, very soon if you put the action into the law of attraction. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Hello, Andre. Do you see XRP ever to be $1,000? Yeah, I can see that. It won't be for quite some time. There's a whole lot of things that have to happen before that period. And we're not quite yet, right? Yep. It's going to get to that point. I do see it until another 5-6 years from now. Okay. Like I said, there's a whole lot of other things that have to happen before that. And that's including everybody waking up. Fiat currency sucks. Let's go get some crypto. And then, and that's going to be the start of everything going exploding into space, price wise. Not everybody realizes that fiat currencies suck yet, which is unbelievable, but that's the world that we live in at the moment. Okay? Thank you for that. Hi, Andre. Any chance of reading on AGIX movement, short and long term future? Okay. Okay. They're going to have an abrupt change. Whatever they are doing at the moment, there's going to be an about face for some reason. And people are going to be too focused on these things to move forward for some period of time. I think it's going to be 4 years for whatever reason. It's going to be very distracting. And I think it's going to be something that people are going to go, for a short period of time. You got that tower thing going on. And people focusing on all the negative stuff instead of the positive part of AGIX for the next little while. So you want it short term. Short term, I think is going to be okay. Long term, I don't think it's going to be all that well for the next little while. For the long period, like over a year or two. Okay? Something's going to happen, news-wise or whatever. And you're going to have that tower thing happening. Jump from the windows. We're on fire. Maybe another FTX thing or something like that. Okay? Hopefully that helps out.
Oh, see you at the end, but if you want to do a flame, I don't know.
Oh, you already know that.
Yeah.
Start into action and don't overcomplicate it. Okay? Keep it simple. We've had this discussion before. You got all the things in place that you need to have happen. Now it's time to start acting upon those and stop making it overly complex. Okay? And just keep that motion going, but keep it simple. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Now, for the Sunday show, there's our number for the remote viewing for this Sunday. Hopefully everybody shows up. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you like a personal reading with me, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com where all that information is there. If you like a healing, now offered by the coughing healer in the background, go to Second Readings by Andre. It's pull down menu. It's way on the bottom, and you hit that, and all that information is there as well. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com, and we have a Trezor wallet affiliate program on there. If you should happen to hit the affiliate button and make a purchase, know that we make a little bit of money from that. Okay, so we'll be back here on Thursday with Mumbo Jumbo. It's going to be fun. Okay, until we meet again, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.